Hey artists, so in today's video, I thought I'd just paint some very simple loose poppies with my watercolor paints and talk to you about letting go. Now, letting go is always been a theme for me, whether it is practicing yoga, whether it is, parenting, being in control of stuff gives us a sense of power, gives us a sense of stability, security. I get all of that. However, we do know that there's just so many things in life that is beyond our control. And at some point, with certain things, we got to learn to let go. And you might have heard people say that watercolor is one of the mediums that is best to teach us to let go, to teach us so many things. Like if you've been following me here on my channel, you know that I talk a lot about all the different things that watercolor has taught me, can teach us. But letting go and surrender is one of the things which I find one of the most powerful things about watercolor. Let me just give you a little background to me and how I came to watercolor. So I suppose the blessing is that I had never really painted in another medium before. I never painted in acrylic or oil or color pencils, nothing. So watercolor is really my first foray into art, in painting, into visual arts. So everything that I learned is sort of like a beginner's mindset. I didn't know anything about color theory or composition. I couldn't even draw. So the looseness of watercolor, the unpredictability, the magic that watercolor provides when you just let things flow was actually something that I leaned on to make my paintings powerful and pretty, because I didn't have actually any skills on my own. I had zero. So when I started watercolor and I saw that, just putting paint into wet areas and letting the bleed happens, and I didn't really have to do much, and I could create something so beautiful, so magical, so effortless looking. That's the thing that really drew me to this medium, and I just cannot actually function in another medium anymore, because watercolor almost is sort of like my cheat code to making pretty, aesthetically pleasing, pleasing paints. So I suppose in a way what I'm trying to say is that I never really struggled with letting go in watercolor. I don't struggle with trying to control the paints, trying to control the outcome, because I don't know any other outcome. So that is my blessing and my situation. But I know it's not everyone's experience. There's a lot of people who I hear struggle with letting go, with relinquishing control, when it comes to making watercolor paintings. And I'm here to just, talk about it and, discuss what is it about wanting so much control? What is it about wanting so much perfection in our art that is, preventing us from really enjoying the paints? So I'm just going to share with you here a list of things, of tips to help you surrender and let go in your art a little bit more. All right, here we go. Firstly, we need to accept unpredictability. We need to accept, firstly, that it's not going to be predictable. Things are going to happen. Blooms are going to explode. Colors are going to mix. We're going to make mud. This is how it's going to be. Of course, there are some things you can learn, some skills, and over time you will get to understand your medium a little bit more, and you can, predict the outcome. But I think that is really the key, just to accept this unpredictability of the medium. And then, that's where we get all this unexpected beauty. Another tip that I can share is to loosen your grip, So if you see the way I paint mostly, I sometimes hold the brush closer to the tip. I sometimes hold the brush a little bit, higher up the handle. But most of the time, my grip on the brush is actually not that hard. Like it's quite a loose grip. And sometimes I am so loose, I actually drop my brush or it flails into the air when I'm trying to do something. And I think when we loosen our grip on our brush, inevitably you are loosening your grip on needing to control and you are letting go. You are just allowing the softness of your brush to just, create the marks on the page. So yeah, loosening your grip could possibly help you, let go a little bit more. Just don't hold it so tight. In the same vein, check if you are clenching your teeth. Check if you are holding your breath. Are you frowning as you are painting? So check into your body is also one really, really useful way to see if you are letting go or you are tightening control. Often when I teach, whether it's in person or on my Patreon, I will remind students like, breathe, or are you holding your breath? Are you clenching your teeth? And a lot of times people go, oh my God, I was holding my breath. They didn't know that they were even holding their breath. So check into your body. The next way that we could learn to let go a little bit more in watercolor painting is to actually use more water than you think. So I found this through teaching in person that a lot of times beginners don't use enough water. The paint is squeezed out into the palette and the student is digging into the paint as like it's acrylic, but actually in watercolor, most of what you see on the page is water. If you haven't learned the cream to tea ratio lesson, which is all over YouTube, learning your value scale. Basically, it is controlling, or rather like knowing how much ratio of water and paint you should put down in your paints. And this is all depending on, the value contrast you want to go for. But largely, most of the time, watercolor is 70% water, 30% paint. And this is for majority of the washes. So use more water than you think and let the water flow, let it pool, let it merge, let it drip. And it might feel scary at first to let that happen, but trust me, it's always very, very freeing when I play with a lot more water. So now we're on the second layer of the peonies now, and you're not using so much water. But at the start, it's actually very, very watery washes in each of the poppy flower. So yes, use more water than you think. That will help you let go a little bit more. The next tip to help letting go is to work quickly and work intuitively. So don't let your frontal, what do you call it? Your prefrontal cortex, the thinking analytical brain interfere too much into each leaf, each petal. Just work, just keep going, be in a kind of flow. Try to get into flow state. And flow state for me has a certain rhythm, has a certain speed, it has a certain vibe. So when we are in flow state, it's pretty much like you are letting go. I mean, it's very, very clear when I'm not in flow, when I'm feeling a bit stuck and I get more tight and everything goes a little bit more awry. But when I just relinquish control, I'm in flow, I just let my brush move, my body move, my fingers move intuitively. That's when I know the painting will actually be a little bit more successful. I know this takes time to learn, but it doesn't take that long. To be honest, just relax Don't worry about the techniques so much. Don't worry about the washes and the gradients and the values at the start. Just learn to let go. Learn to just be quick and use your intuition as early as possible. You don't need to wait till you know all the skills. You really, really don't. Those techniques and skills and all of that can come much later. The next tip is this one. You may have heard this many, many times, but you've got to embrace accidents. And these accidents are actually, most of the time, opportunities. So if you look at this painting I'm doing right now, that middle poppy, that's like horrible. I don't know what I was doing. I was looking at my reference and I was putting in the darker marks where I think it should be. But to be honest, it's a little bit of a mess, but it's not stopping me. That's why it's so lovely to paint flowers, especially when you paint a few. You know, if you feel like you are failed with one, just move on to the next one. And all these accidents, all these mistakes, you know, it could end up being something really lovely and beautiful and unexpected. So it's never so cutthroat and clear when it comes to mistakes in watercolor. It's one of those mediums where it's so hard to really actually be to go wrong. It really is. All right, and then what else? One thing I always like to do is actually also think about what is it in my own life that I am not wanting to let go. You know, it's so interesting. Sometimes how we come to our painting, how we come into our art practice is a reflection on what's going on in our lives, isn't it? So it could be something in your life that you feel you're feeling out of control and you just greatly want to have more control in your practice to counteract what's happening in your life. And I get it, you know, it's something that we want to control, right? Like we want to be able to call the shots. We want to be able to have agency over our lives. But then if that is your case, maybe watercolor is not for you, because watercolor is hard in the sense that it needs you to let go. It needs us to trust the process. It needs us to trust. So I think about what I'm refusing to let go now in my life. I am 45 years old this year, and I am hanging on to my idea of youth. You know, I'm approaching middle age and I'm finding it a little bit difficult to let go to the young me. And I'm sure so many of you can feel this at any age, you know, whether you're 28 going 30, 35 going 38. The aging process is difficult to let go. And this shows up in different ways, you know, changing our hairstyle or buying new clothes, whatever it is, and recognizing that it's okay to let go because it's going to happen, man. It's going to happen. I'm going to grow old. And it's okay to let go of these things. Another thing that I don't want to let go of is it's tied to this youth thing, but for my whole life, I've been on this path to ensure that I have a great life. You know, I made all the decisions. I followed my intuition. I've moved countries. I've had my kids. I have this house. I'm in a place where I chose to live in, and it's always done me well. Like I've always managed to get what I want, or you know, find my path into realizing my dreams. But now I'm actually again 45, and the things that are not on my list, the things that are on my list, I still have things on my list that I want to do. I realize that I don't have that much time anymore. When you're in your 20s and your 30s, you feel like you have all the time in your life to realize the things you want to do. But as you get older, you realize the list could get longer, but the time left is not as long anymore. So yes, those are the things I'm confronting with right now in terms of needing to let go And this practice actually really helps me realize when I just trust in the medium and I trust in the process, all the imperfections, all the stuff that is not turning out the way it's turning out is actually okay. And we'll get to a nice painting in the end. It might not be the painting that, the other person is creating. It definitely is not the painting that I envisioned from the start. I don't even know what I was envisioning, but it is still my painting, my path, controlling what I can and letting go of the things that I can't. So yeah, this little video is a little ramble, really just talking about letting go and these poppy paintings. I am actually in my Patreon this month. In September 2025, the topic of the month is letting go. And I actually have a live that we do every month that is happening on the last Tuesday of the month. We come together, we chat about the topic, and this one is letting go. And we paint some exercises to help us learn to let go. So if you're interested in checking out my Patreon, please go check it out. The link is in the description below. And yeah, I am going to leave you with just the final bits of this painting, and I hope you enjoy this little chat. Let me know in the comments your experience with letting go, surrendering, and watercolor. Take care.